Welcome back to the Tom Waller podcast. Great to be with you again this week. Hope you're having a fantastic week. The sun is glorious and shining here in the UK. If you're new to this show is designed to help you become better. It is targeted and focused on the health professional who is serving their community in a natural and organic way. But if you're just listening for some fun and some inspiration, stay tuned. And this will pertain really to any business that you've got today. Today's episode is all about how to improve your social media campaigns, adverts, and marketing, and why you're failing. Most companies, and let's stay with chiropractors today, most chiropractors fail with their marketing big time. We look at the amount of new patients we get through the door, and there are several ways we can do it. And what we're going to stick on today is socials and online. You should be, if you're doing your online marketing right, getting at least 10 new patients per chiropractor per week, minimum. 10 new patients per chiropractor per week, minimum. If this is not the case, then your systems are wrong. And unfortunately, what's happened is many companies have come in over the last few years telling you and selling you adverts, telling you that they can create new patient generation or lead generation with adverts and campaigns. And this does not work. Lead generation really doesn't work in the sense that if you get someone to fill out a form while they're online and they think, oh, I want to see this chiropractor because I've got back pain, they fill out a form and then they forget about the form. If you're then following this up with a phone call later on in the day or the next day or the day after that, people have moved on, they don't really care. And that kind of marketing, I really have a disdain for, and I don't think it works very well. And the living proof is our practice gets 40 new patients a week off very little ad spend and zero lead generation. So what we do is we do a lot of organic posting, and this is really where it comes down to. Your social media advertising is only as good as your organic, unpaid work that you do on there. The buying cycle nowadays is much longer than it used to be. People used to just buy very flippantly. They used to get an advert, they'll purchase, get an advert, they'll purchase. And now people are a lot more thoughtful with where they spend their cash. So what's happening now is people are seeing your advert, they're then following you, sussing you out a little bit, seeing if they like and vibe with you. And if they do so, they'll then buy from you. And this is where you have to be very clever and very powerful with your message. Because if you're trying to target everybody and you're targeting them on simply the problem that they have, which you need to do, but the problem that they have, you'll then get every man and their dog with the same problem. And what you don't really want is people united by a problem. You actually want people united by a vision, by a mission, by a cause. And what you need to be doing with your social media is actually showcasing that to your audience. So on a daily, regular basis, you need to be showing your audience who you are and what you stand for. You need to be showing them what it is that your message, your vision for your practice and your community. You need to show them a little bit about your personality, your quirks, your superpowers, your passions, inside and outside of chiropractic. So your audience is now starting to learn who you are, to like you, and if they begin to like you, they're more likely to trust you. And people buy from people like them because people like them they trust. And what this does is then creates a solid structure, a foundation upon which you can then layer your adverts. If you simply put out a Facebook advert saying, new patient offer, back pain, £20, $20, come and see us, you are building your house on the sand. And if you build on the house on the sand, the tide will come in and it will wash you away. Most patients, if you've got a decent practice, you should have a patient visit spend of at least £1,000. Most patients spend £1,000, $1,000 on their care. In the States, I know it's a lot higher because you've got insurances that come in with that. But let's say it's a minimum of £1,000. Yet you're putting someone in on 20 quid and expecting them to jump from 20 quid to £1,000. You're targeting the wrong people. Your funnel is completely up the wrong way. What you need to be doing is you need that barrier to entry to be higher so that they have to think about why they're coming in. So these adverts that you put out need to have a higher ticket price on. So what you need to do then maybe is artificially inflate your new patient price. Let's say put it up to £100, and the offers that you do come out at £50. So people have to think a little bit more. You're then more likely to upsell them on a cost point alone. But really, what you need to do is you need to create solid foundations. You need to build this house on the rock. You need to be daily posting about who you are, what you stand for. You need to be showcasing the success stories that happen within your practice and how that is achieved. People need to see inside your business and what you do before they'll ever choose to buy from you. So if you have an advert going and someone goes, "Oh, that sounds interesting," I'll have a quick look at their Facebook page and it's got nothing on it, one or two posts from like a couple of months ago. To them, you're irrelevant. To them, you're not keeping up. To them, you've got nothing to showcase. So why would they spend their money with you? Whereas if they went onto your page and they saw that there's consistent stuff on there and that your community, because you drive and you're clear about your vision, your community engage and interact with that too, they now see you as very relevant. They also see the social proof from the results that you give, from the community, from the Google reviews that you have. And if you build all of that up correctly, you have these solid foundations that you build your adverts on. So if your adverts are failing, if you're not getting at least 10 new patients per chiropractor through your door, do not think about spending more on adverts. Do not think about finding another company that will get you lead generation. Ask yourself, am I showing people who we are and what we do? Am I showing them on a regular basis what we're about? And instead of thinking, how can you get them to see you? Ask yourself, how can I create content that serves my community? And then by the law of reciprocity, the more that you give, the more that you shall therefore receive. I hope this episode's given you a little something, a little soundbite, a little snippet to improve your practice and your new patient numbers. If you're interested in finding out more, come and join us over on the Certain Ones. That is my group coaching for chiropractors who really want to excel and grow their practices by at least 6 figures a year. I'll put the links in the show notes, and I'll see you on the next episode.